When you find a real estate platform that aligns everyone in the entire company financially by making us real estate agents owners, so when the average agent wins, everyone wins, that's the secret to success. And when you surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurial people who absolutely love what they do, they love serving people, they love God and life, and you put yourself in an environment of high energy, high producing, positive people every day, you can't help but succeed in business and life. We are changing the real estate industry and changing real estate agents' lives. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever podcast.
Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Financial Freedom Forever podcast today. I'm super excited to be introducing Senior Vice President of the Strategic Partnership for Clearwater Benefits here, Margo Wickersham from Austin, Texas. Thanks for joining us today, Margo.
It's my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to kind of hear your story. I know you have an amazing story and that has to do with Clearwater Benefits. And, I know that you've worked with, our founder, Glenn Sanford, and the other executive leadership to pioneer the strategic partnership. And I know it's been pretty amazing for a lot of our real estate agents here at AXP. So thanks again for joining us. And let's just jump right in and tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. I was with another healthcare company before I joined Clearwater and am a case study, in fact. So I am married to a retired teacher here in Texas. And so we were on his retired teacher plan, which was great until it wasn't. So in 2016, it got not so great. And then it was going to double again in price. So we started looking at other plan options and enrolled in the Clearwater plan before I came to work for Clearwater. I don't know if you remember there's a shaving commercial. I liked the company so much I bought it. So it's kind of like that for me. And so much I joined the company. And in fact, both my husband and I now work for Clearwater. So we're all in. And that opened up the doors to a lot of different things. And I would love to tell you that I've never had to use the plan to put it to its test, but I have. And because I have, and because it was a literal fight for my life that went on for months, and it was very extreme, and it involved chemo, and it involved surgery, and all kinds of stuff. I want to share with the world what a good plan looks like. Nothing's perfect. But one of the things that literally saved my life was that I had the flexibility to get a second opinion. And that second opinion from some of the best cancer doctors in the world saved my life. So in March of 2020, I got a cancer diagnosis. It was bladder cancer. And I thought, what? It doesn't run in my family. I'm not a smoker. I'm not male. And I'm not 77. That's the profile of the average bladder cancer patient. Plenty of stuff runs in my family, but cancer's not one of them. So very puzzling. And I just thought, okay, well, it's stage 1. Advocated for myself. I highly recommend people do that. My original doctor said, oh, we should just keep an eye on that. And I thought, I'm not doing that. I am going straight to the urologist. And I'm glad I did because then I got that diagnosis. But in March, I went to MD Anderson and got a second opinion. And they said, Dr. Ashish Kamat, who is a rock star, literally wrote the book on bladder cancer, said, if you do what your Austin, Texas doctor is recommending, you will be dead in 12 months. Wow. That is a sobering thing to hear. So we began chemo the very next week, and that is right as lockdown happened, right as quarantine kicked in. Mm-hmm. So after that, all of my trips to MD Anderson, which were in Houston, my husband dropped me at the door on a Thursday, picked me up. I'd kind of crawl out of MD Anderson after 4 days of chemo, feeling pretty rotten. I'd get in the car and sleep all the way home. And for the next 2 days, we did that for 8 weeks. Wow. Lost the hair and all that. This is 3 years of growth. So glad it came back. And then I had massive surgery, very complicated surgery, removing organs, rerouting plumbing and all that. But today, the most important part of this whole story is I am cancer free.
Amen.
And I didn't also have financial difficulty because I'm only out $1,000, and it was almost $500,000 for all that treatment.
Wow.
So it couldn't be a more Complete view of what a good plan can do for you and should do for you. There's not somebody sitting in a cubicle going, no, we're not going to let you go to see that doctor or that treatment. It puts taking care of our lives and our health back into the hands of us and our doctors. And that's an amazing thing, as well as it saves an average of $8,000 a year on premiums compared to plans people enroll in on the exchange.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard from several of my business partners, AXP, that your plans have saved them hundreds and some of them thousands of dollars per month on their plans. You were mentioning just earlier somebody that you talked to today or yesterday that saved how much?
Yes, I talked to a team leader at AXP. She is saving $2,100 a month just on premiums.
Wow.
A month. She's here in Texas. That's the most extreme that we've heard of is what is that? $24,000, $25,000. Yeah, well, I don't want me to do math, but I think that is a massive.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And being able to, it's part of the plan that you can have a second opinion, literally saved your life.
Yeah, it did. And, it's interesting the way our brains work. We have a bias that it's not going to be us. Yeah. I'm healthy. I gave up sodas. I live a healthy lifestyle. So I thought I have a contract with cancer. I'm doing my part over here. Yeah. It's running my family and I'm doing the lifestyle things. I'm healthy. I feel good. I'm not going to have cancer. Well, you don't feel bad at first. The treatment made me feel bad. I didn't have any signs other than a tiny little bit of blood in my urine. Public service announcement. If you ever see blood in your urine, go see a doctor and insist on getting tested, because it's really common that women in particular are kind of disregarded. Oh, that's probably any number of a different thing. But get it tested, because that is what saved my life, was staying on it to find out what's going on and then get that second opinion. Go to the best doctors. We tend to think, first of all, it's not going to happen to me. I'm healthy. I do my part. And that may or may not prevent you. That reduces your chances, but it doesn't guarantee anything. And two, if you see anything, say anything, go straight to the doctors and go to the best ones that you can find, because they're not all equal. So you want to go to the very best, because that can literally save your life as well.
So obviously, when someone within EXP has your Clearwater plans, they can go to any doctor that they want to.
That's right. And that matters. Now, that's the case. Let me be more specific. That's the case for the big expenses. So surgeries, critical illness treatment, emergency rooms. There's no issues with networks for that. What we've done is paired a combination of an insurance plan that I think of as like a light insurance plan with medical cost sharing. The medical cost sharing part is what takes care of the big expenses, like my cancer treatment, right. Like an ER visit, like a replaced knee or shoulder or anything, where the expenses get really high and where it really matters who you see. That's where medical cost sharing is taking care of your bills. So then you do have a network through your insurance plan, part of the plan. So you want to find providers who are in the network. It's a PHCS network, which is a large nationwide one that a lot of plans use. And our team can help find doctors for you. You can look up specific doctors, see if yours is participating. Most do, but not all, as is typical with networks. So that is something that you can have access to. But when it comes to who is your surgeon, who is your oncologist, you get to pick the best that's out there. And that's an amazing, amazing piece of freedom and potential life-saving control that we have over the care that we receive.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a big deal. And just being able to have, as a real estate agent myself for 32 years, self-employed, had to pay pretty big premiums for healthcare, et cetera. So many, I don't know the exact statistic, but I don't know if you do, but I know there's a lot of people that go, financially ruined because of healthcare and not having health insurance. And that's just one of the huge benefits of us at EXP that you guys have partnered up with us. And we're the only major national real estate company that you guys cover. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, that's right. We once we partnered with EXP way back in November of 2019. We did agree to discontinue and not have any conversations about partnering with any of the large nationwide brands. So that's really cool. This is a competitive advantage that EXP agents have for bringing more agents to EXP. And we've heard so many stories about agents who talk either with our consultants or get a quote, and they find out how much they can save and what a good plan or set of plans these are. That is that's the needle no, that's not the needle in the haystack. That's the wrong. Wow. It's the
thing the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. That's it. Or deciding factor or some other term, but it can be so important to people. It's actually the number 2 thing that agents care most about when they're considering which brokerage to join is compensation. And right behind that is, do you do anything for me for healthcare? Well, for most nationwide brokerages, the answer is no. And then you move on to the 3rd and 4th things. So it's really key. And what we're seeing is that health insurance plans are not getting less expensive and better. So options continue to be worse. And it's really awesome that EXP has partnered with us to help continue to look for new ways to bring better plans to 1099s and specifically to EXP agents.
Yeah, it's a huge benefit for sure. I just want to thank Christy and Bill and Frank, Tracy, Tom, Gloria. Any of you guys have any questions for Margo? Please put them in the chat, and we'll go ahead and ask her any questions while we're on. But yeah, Margo, let's talk about some of the major plans and anything that you think our listeners would really need to know about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a variety of plans, and it turns out we're unique, just like our fingerprints. So there's not a cookie cutter, one size fits all, or that would be some kind of expensive. So what we do is, because most people are not experts in health insurance, and I don't recommend that you become that unless you want to join our company. You're experts in real estate and your own life. So leverage us, lean on us. We have an amazing team. They're super caring. They will let you know if the plans that we can find for you are not able to beat something you're on. They'll say, you know what, we recommend that you stay right there. And we recommend leveraging our team so that they can use their knowledge, their expertise to help figure out which plans make the most sense for each household. Depends on stage of life and a lot of different variables, which plans will work best for you. So we recommend leveraging the team to help people narrow that list. Don't spend your time going to night school about insurance. Lean on us. And I think I remember you telling me that you've had an experience getting a quote. And what was that?
When that's just amazing about EXP. I mean, when I started a little over 4 years ago, we didn't have the health insurance, but that's when you guys came in and started working with us. So that's EXP's always adding on more benefits for us over and over again, year after year. But I was excited to get a quote and see if you guys would be able to help me. And I had met with one of your consultants, kind of went through everything. And I have a Christian health sharing health plan. And after we went through everything, they actually advised me that we had a great plan, and for the price that we had, it was best for me not to make the switch. So, I mean, that just tells you a whole lot about your company, because most salespeople would try to, convince you to make the move. And they said for me is best to stay where I was on my Christian healthcare. But I got a lot of team members that have switched over to you guys, and they've been really happy.
That's awesome. We are also agent centric, and we have one of the reasons the partnership works so well is because our cultures are very similar, very service led, and not short-term transactions about the relationship. It's about being there to serve agents and help people improve their lives with healthcare. On our internal Slack channels, we have all kinds of happy stories. oh my gosh, I can't believe I was able to save this family so much money. And here's what it meant to them. And one lady was breaking down in tears. She was so happy. I mean, we've got some really heartwarming in it for the big picture, and for the long run. So I love that. And I haven't, with all of my experience across multiple industries, including technology, I worked at Dell for a long time. I have never seen a business partnership that's this in sync, and this so collaborative. Our culture is collaborative, EXP is collaborative, and it really helps make it very rewarding for all of us and for EXP agents. Now, I'm not saying that we are perfect. We do have occasional hiccups and things that happen.
Sure.
What I want to communicate about that is that we have beefed up our teams so that we have leaders and customer service teams to help address and be available to help agents get through whatever questions they may have. In fact, one of the reasons that we recently just started our own insurance company, our own third-party administrator company, is because we want to be able to control the whole customer experience. So we knew we needed to own the whole ecosystem, and it's really been a year to get all of that up and running. Lots of attorneys involved, as you can imagine. But now we have our own ecosystem with different options to offer different agents. So people who like to go to specialists regularly, we're probably going to recommend a different plan for them than the people who say, oh, we just get our checkups done. We really want to have something in place in case accidents or we need surgery or what have you. And so it's flexible, and it allows agents to choose and with our help, put together plan options that make the most sense. People can add vision, they can add dental, just one of those, none of those. You can add critical illness and accident policies. Those are like Aflac, they pay a lump sum for qualifying events. So, there's a lot of options. And the way we deliver most of the service for the plans is through the Health Wallet app, which is awesome because it's on your phone. And I don't know what your experience has been with apps and insurance, but that it is so much easier to get things done if you have a really good app on your phone, like with Geico.
Right.
So much easier. So there's even just a little chat in there. If you're like, I don't know where to go, I want to go have a primary care call, which is free and built into all of the plans. But I forget the name of the company. There's somebody there. The answer to all the questions is start with the Health Wallet app. And we have teams that are monitoring the chat and helping direct people and get them the answers they need.
That's awesome. So question that came to my mind, if I was, a real estate agent at a different company, not at EXP, but I was considering looking at EXP, but not in there yet. Could I get a quote, and could I get the information about what the health cost would be?
Yes. So what we recommend is that EXP agents talking to other agents about joining EXP is to share the link that's on the screen right there.
Okay.
And stay in touch with that agent, find out when their call is going to be, and then check back in with them after the call and see how that went. We've got so many examples of agents who finalize their decision to join EXP after getting a quote. That we have several video testimonials about that, as a matter of fact. So that can have a big impact on the decision-making process.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, health insurance is just way up there on importance for any family's mind. So, and that's why I wanted to, have a chat with you today, because I'm sure there's a lot of my business partners themselves here in the U.S. that may not have gotten a quote or really even know about Clearwater. I mean, when you join EXP, there's so much benefits and values, and there's just a lot of things to get up and running and started, when you make a move. And healthcare might not be on the top of the list when you make a change. So I just wanted to get that out there to all my listeners and my team members to reach out to you, Margo, or definitely go to that website there that we've had scrolling and get a quote. And I think they can also go on Workplace within EXP and go to their Clearwater Workplace page and find you guys there too, right?
Yeah, there's a EXP Agent Healthcare group I think I can give you the link to that, and you're welcome to join that. We have thousands of people who are members of the group. Let me share this link with you real quick. And that is a great place to go.
Correct.
And here we go. And we present to state teams at the state meetings. We love doing any podcasts or shows with people to get the message out, because a lot of people, I like to ask when I'm presenting to a group, what is the 1 or 2 words that you would use to describe shopping for health insurance? So let's just do that right now. What word would you use, Andre?
Well, the first word that comes to my mind is not fun.
Yeah, right. That's the nicest version of what I always hear. No one's ever said rewarding, fun, easy, ever. It is confusing, annoying, living hell, I've heard people say, terrible, excruciating. These are the words that I usually hear. And you have your own experience of getting a quote, and it was not any of those things from our team. So we love taking the pressure off, and because it is so unpleasant and nobody likes to seek pain for the most part, people tend to avoid it. So it's one of those things. Are you familiar with the 7, what is it? The highly successful people, the 7 things that they do. Stephen Covey.
Right. Stephen Covey.
And you make a quadrant, urgent, important, urgent, non-important, etc. So health insurance is urgent and important, and people still put it off. It's not because they don't know it's important, and it's not because they don't know it's urgent. It's because it's miserable. And our brains go, no, don't do a miserable thing, even though our conscious is saying, no, but you need to do with it. So first of all, no shame in the fact that people have put it off. And second of all, it's not too late. Book a call now and find out. It is really easy to put that off. And I've talked to team leaders who go, yeah, I need to do that. I keep forgetting. And it's because it's not pleasant. But it's not that bad when you talk to our team. They're really nice, and it can be actually pretty pleasant. The worst thing that happens is what you had, and that is, oh, I'm already on the best plan for me, and they support that. Cool. Right. Now I know I don't need to worry about this. Done. Check.
Now, say you're a team leader at EXP, and you have staff members. They're not agents. They're staff. They're administrative staff, etc. Can they get access to the healthcare as well?
Absolutely. This is another really nice thing for agents and team leads to be able to offer is access to these plans. It doesn't matter whether you are employing people as contract workers or as W-2s. Doesn't matter to us. You are the qualifying EXP agent anchor in the U.S. Only available for your people who live in the U.S. But I talk to different teams and they pay a certain amount towards insurance, or they cover insurance for their W-2s. You can talk with our consultants about how you want to do it. We can structure it, a variety of different ways. But there is a way, and at least make it available. So even if you're not in a position yet to contribute towards your employees' healthcare costs, it's an advantage that you have access to something that is so cost effective.
Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, we did want to point that out, that you guys are only for our EXP US agents. I do have a lot of Canadian partners as well, but I understand, EXP has a Canadian product as well for our Canadian agents. So they can definitely check into that as well. So that's pretty cool.
To be clear, is not through Clearwater.
Right. It's through a different company. We'll have to maybe have them on a different podcast, but
exactly.
Any final thoughts, Margo, or things you want to make sure that our EXP agents or our listeners know about your products, or anything about Clearwater?
Just that we continue to innovate. Glenn Sanford and Jason Sherman, our co-founder, have spent a lot of time together getting to know each other the last few months. And they have a lot of similarities. in that they're both highly driven to keep innovating, keep looking. So there's never sit back and go, well, we got that solved, we're just going to run it on autopilot.
Right.
Both the companies, again, part of the syncing of our cultures. So we never rest, always looking for new and better things to bring more value to the relationship. Funny story, when I was in Maui for Brent Gove's mastermind in Maui, not a tough work assignment, obviously. I was on stage with him for a couple of minutes and he goes, is it true that you have pet insurance? And I said, that is not true. I don't know. It's one of those rumors that got started. Doesn't mean it's never going to happen. But if you've heard that rumor, it's not yet true. So,
yeah, that's funny.
But we're always looking for new ways to bring value, and we'll keep doing that.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I thank you for your time today, Margo. I'm hoping we'll get the word out, and we'll have more EXP partners of ours that will reach out to you and your team to see how much money they can save. Again, it's at least $8,000 on the average, up to over 20-some thousand. So that's pretty cool.
That's a no-brainer. Yeah.
Yeah. And if there's any real estate agents out there not with EXP yet, but your insurance is a big deal for you, definitely reach out to myself or Margo. Again, we're all covered in all 50 states in the U.S. and we'd be happy to answer any questions and see what we can do to help your family with insurance, with health insurance, and obviously all the other huge benefits that EXP offers. It's been a life-changing experience for myself and my family, and just happy to have people like you on our side, Margo, helping with important things like health insurance.
It's absolutely my pleasure. I look forward to it. I'll love to come back anytime.
Very good. Have a fantastic day, Margo. And thanks everyone for joining us at the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Listen to what our business partners are saying about our FFF group.
All right, so the reason I love Triple F is because everybody there that's able to help me when I need an answer, I can call them, I can message them, and they get back to me. That's why Triple F is the best.
What I love most is that the collaboration here is so contagious, and we're all financially incentivized to help each other grow and be successful. It's each one teach one, and we're here to help each other grow.
What I love about the Financial Freedom Forever group is the collaboration. The wealth of knowledge we can tap into is incredible. I absolutely love is the mentorship and support, nonstop support. You have access to people's calendars that you wouldn't ordinarily have access to, that get you further than you are right now.
To get your questions answered and learn more about how to partner with us, go to partnerwithandre.com or simply scan the QR code. Check out the videos, get on my calendar, and let's